It is not uncommon for promising projects like Casper to face FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, especially as they gain popularity and challenge established norms in the blockchain space. So FUD is often competition driven. Casper's innovative block stack technology and rapid block times are disruptive to traditional blockchains. Competing projects or vested interests may spread negative narratives to protect their market share. So some criticism might question whether Casper's block stack can highly maintain high scalability and decentralization under increased work networks. So efforts signal a forward momentum. We have 10 blocks per second coming out next year. We have tier 1 listings. The adoption really takes time. If you want to have the correct estimation of time, look at how much time it took for Bitcoin to really get into people's minds and stick there. It took a lot of FUD, it took a lot of effort, it took a lot of belief from the Bitcoin community. They decided to believe in their project and it gained massive adoption. It's not different from Casper. So the hype versus the delivery. Some critics argue that Casper might not live up to the hype, but it is consistent updates like the 10 blocks per second upgrade, community-driven development that show tangible progress. We have developers who are always thinking about how to really improve Casper. We have projects that launch and never really do any upgrades. Like they launch, they get the money from VCs, they launch and they just disappear. But we have Casper here now. We have people who've dedicated their life in order to improve this project. And the good thing is that this project is truly decentralized. Anyone can really contribute to Casper. If you're a developer, you just have to contribute on development aspect. And if you have no tech skills, just contribute by just promoting Casper. This is why we have unpaid people who really talk about Casper passionately. We have people who've dedicated their life just to talk about Casper. They're not paid, they just believed in the project, and now they are the true ambassadors of Casper. And that doesn't make the project become centered around these influencers. We have influencers, we have YouTubers, we have development, we have the devs who really speak about Casper. So the team transparency and decentralization. Casper is backed by developers who are open about their goals and progress. Unlike many projects, it's not heavily reliant on VC funding. So this bolsters its credibility as decentralized initiative. We have no VC funding like Sui, like Solana. We don't have these people who have put in their bags and they want to see their bags grow so that they can dump on retail. Casper was fairly launched, no pre-mines, and it is decentralized. It was fairly distributed to the community. I have a Medium article whereby the founder, Yonathan Sompolinsky, talks about a thing about fair lunch. So instead of saying fair lunch, a project has to be fairly distributed to the community. Like everyone, you can't say Bitcoin is fair launched because the people who are going to be born at 2030 have an unfair advantage over the people. So these people already have a disadvantage. So there's, when you say fair, it's very subjective. Fair lunch is very subjective. But when you say community driven and community having access, equal and fair access to the crypto, no pre-mines, no pre-launch, that is what really pushes the project forward. So the concept of fair launch is actually subjective because nothing is actually fair, but we just have to see the degree of fairness. Casper is really fair launch and no pre-mines, and if you want to get into Kaspa, you can get in now. You can hold the whole Kaspa. If I want to buy Bitcoin, I can't. It's now people who are born, let's say 2030, or who are going to be born 2, 3, 4 more years, are going to find, let's say Bitcoin is at around 1 million. If they want to buy it, they are already buying it at a really expensive price. So there are ways how to handle that. I've been hearing people who were really good believers of Kaspa, people who really thought Kaspa was really going to be something, and now they have lost hope, which is really interesting because it's how the majority of people really think. Majority of people can't hold. They want to see quick gains. That is the primitive mind. Human beings, we have this kind of greed, and we want to see things manifest into our lives as fast as possible. And when it comes to projects like Casper, and especially when it comes to the markets, you won't find this kind of instant gratification. That's why people are swapping now real tech projects for meme coins, because they are seeing, like, if I take my Casper and swap it for a meme coin, let's say I swap it for Turbo, or I swap it for Dogecoin, or a Moondank, or any kind of meme coin, I'm expecting to get a 10x faster, because these meme coins are going to pump and I'll get a profit and I'll be out. But that is a very, very wrong move. Anyone thinking of that way, you are not going to make it in these markets. You better just hold your money and put it in the banks, and it will be safe there, because you're going to lose everything. These meme coins you see on tier 1 exchanges, these meme coins that you see that are very popular, a lot of VCs have put money there. These meme coins are just a pump and dump. You have a technology that is really organically growing, community driven, no pre-mines, no pre-allocations. And these people are now angry because they don't get the real gratification they expected as fast as they thought. That's why they are now trashing Casper. That's why they're now speaking up everything, every wrong thing about Casper. But the people who really know about Casper, the people who really believe about Casper, the only thing you can do is look at Casper's white paper, look at the team progress and the transparent development. Casper devs are really, really transparent. People are talking about Shy, who is always expressing his personal views on some issues, let's say politics and the war going on in Israel. And he does that, but also talks about Casper on the same X account. And that is what a really decentralized project should be. Like, someone doesn't have to be limited. Someone doesn't have to lose, the freedom to speak about his own ideas, his own emotions, his own mind. Like, if I can't speak my own mind, then what the hell am I doing in this? Like, you're limiting someone's freedom of speech because they are associated with the Casper, because they are associated with a certain project. But let's look at the Bitcoin maxis. We see people who are really, really Bitcoin, I would say Bitcoin specialists, also talk about politics. They talk about the US. Some were even involved in, the election that went on, and some really expressed, their favor for Trump. They decided to pick a side in politics, and that did not affect the price of Bitcoin. Now, how comes this project, which is similar to Bitcoin, and one of the devs really says, their views on the political aspects that are going on in the world, and people are now scared, like, oh, don't speak about Israel, don't speak about the war, don't speak about everything. You're going to cause Casper to tank. How many times has Shai been talking about their political opinion, and how is the price? People who understand these markets don't really care about what a certain dev talks about or a certain person talks about. As long as the project is fair launch, as long as the price, as long as the community, as long as the project is community driven, it can't be affected by one's personal opinion. The projects that really are affected by one's personal opinion are the projects that the founder holds a lot of power over the project. If Vitalik came out and said that something about Ethereum, or if, let's say, somebody from Solana or somebody from Sui, one of the VCs comes and says about Sui or has a political opinion, you're going to see the difference, because people are so mad. People are really scared. Like, if you really are scared about the price fluctuating because of one of the core developers talking his own opinion, then I don't think you really know or understand the dynamics of these markets. Also, a strong, engaged community often indicates a healthy project. Now, do your own research, separate facts from fear mongering, and evaluate based on what aligns with your own understanding of the project fundamentals. We have people now really swapping KASPA for meme coins. Really, really, seriously, are you kidding me? Like, people are swapping big tech, the future. No one has ever seen this. Like, a proof of work soon to be 10 blocks per second. And people are now fighting these projects. And what are they promoting now? They are promoting meme coins. The crypto market is now, I think, everything that really Satoshi stood up for is now being, I don't know, the OGs respect that. That's why I really respect Yonathan Sompolinsky and the other developers from the KASPA community and KASPA project, because they really build on the principles of crypto. They build on the fundamentals of Bitcoin, decentralization, security, and scalability. This is what crypto is all about: freedom, being able to move funds, being able to move money from one place to another, peer-to-peer exchange. This is what Satoshi really dreamed of. And now people are swapping big tech, people are swapping real utility technology for meme coins that are going to be pump and dump. So the person who is telling you to buy Turbo now wants you to buy so that he can get exit liquidity. But if you look, that's why it's really important for people to do their own research. Don't be manipulated by these people. All of these people who are telling you to sell KASPA have no idea what's going on. They also are gambling. They don't know which project is going to pump. So why not do your own research and believe in something that you really if you really have done your own research? These people they care about their own bags. That's why Shy on Twitter just said most of these influencers and most of even the KASPA community look at the developers not as people who they look at them as the bag. Imagine when someone sees you, he doesn't view as a person who has personal opinion, who has personal emotions, who is also a person with a lot of things going on, and that just view you as their bag. Whatever that you say has to pump their bag. This is so funny because we've lost a touch to humanity. And KASPA, the main thing about KASPA is that it wants to revolutionize how we handle transactions, how we transfer money cross-border, how we trade, energy. We have the KASPA Industrial Initiative. We have the WAPCO. All of these projects are trying to improve on how we transfer money. We would say the internet of money. What XRP is failing, KASPA is ready to take it on with an improved and better technology, and with a coin that is really fair lunch, proof of work, and based on Satoshi's Nakamoto's principles. So don't be persuaded by anyone to leave the KASPA. Don't sell your KASPA, but I cannot persuade you. Just do your own research. Everything is online. Everything is available. You just have to read. People are so lazy, they don't want to read the white paper. They don't want to read. Go on Medium and read the ideas and the vision of Yonathan Sompolinsky before even releasing the project. You can see how he compares, KASPA to Ethereum, how he talks about the proof of work projects that came on and said that they were digital silver, the projects like Litecoin. Litecoin is not light, it's just light in its name. There's no light. Casper is much better. 10 blocks per second. Imagine, Bitcoin does 1 block per 10 minutes. Casper does it 10 blocks per second. If that doesn't really, motivate you, that does not really surprise you, I don't know what surprises you. If you're surprised by these meme coins, if you're surprised by XRP that has, I don't know, 40 to 50% in escrow, and a lot of, the devs, a lot of the original founders were given tokens for free. If you are going to be into a project like Sui with multiple unlocks in the future and having VCs holding a lot of the bag, expecting to dump on you anytime soon, then good luck. Just go ahead and buy a lot of these, trash projects. But we'll be here, and you'll come back and say, you know what, you were right. So guys, let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe.